chapter 3. Second Timothy chapter 3 this morning. That's where we're going to get in at. Give me 1 second. Let's get everything going. This morning. Second Timothy chapter 3. That's where we're going to be. Just 1 second for me to get myself going this morning here. All right. All right. Second Timothy chapter 3 this morning. That's where we're going to go. Good morning to all of you that have tapped in this morning with us. I'm not going to be before you long. This is our regular Tuesday morning prayer. Every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. we join together. It's actually been going now for what is it, 7-8 years. 7-8 years. So this is not something that's just poofed out of the water. This is something that has been going now every Tuesday consecutively, and we thank God for it, for our coming together in a time of prayer. So 2 Timothy chapter 3, what happens is on Tuesday mornings at 7 o'clock, from 7 to 7:05, we give you an opportunity to submit your prayer requests, things that you want us to pray about. We have some things this morning that came in concerning things to pray about. There's always a request, to pray about such things consecutively, such as bereaved families, current issues and things that are going on. These are things that are dear to our hearts that we are praying about. And then at 7:05, we will transition over to a brief time in the Word, and then we'll end it out in prayer. So this is every Tuesday morning at 7 o'clock. Feel free to invite people to join in with us. There are different ways that you can get in. You can connect in with us via Facebook Live at 7:05, or you can connect in on the dial-in. There are some people that do not have Facebook, so there is a dial-in number for you to be able to call in. So those are the ways that you can connect with us. We would love to have you. Please invite more people to be a part of this prayer. What happens is I will go before the Lord to talk to him concerning a focused thought. Because what a focused thought is what you are bringing before the Lord. Prayer has to have a focus. If it does not have a focus, then it is just prayer amiss, which means you are missing the mark. So it has to have a focus. So what the Lord will do is I will get up, talk to him concerning, okay, what is it that, we need to govern ourselves for the week. This is from Tuesday to Tuesday. This is what we are covering ourselves with for the week. And so then the Lord will give a message, he'll give me a focused thought to govern over us. So this morning, the Lord would say to me, in times like these, that is our focused thought this morning. In times like these, you would say, well, what times is it? What times are we currently in? What times, what do you mean? Do you mean, the clock? What is it? What times? What era, which dispensation of time are we in? What place, which location have we found ourselves to be in times like these? This is our focused thought this morning. What do you do when you are in times like these? How do you handle, what times like these is it? What are the things that we are to expect? What are the things that the Lord has said to us? What is the words that the Lord has given unto us that we are to look for, that we are to be alert of in order to know what is going to actually happen, what is going to take place? Well, 2 Timothy chapter 3 gives us some details concerning things that were going to happen, stuff that we would find that would go on in the days to which we live in right now, to these current times to which we are in. So we need to know how to arm ourselves. I am very, very committed to, and I believe very strongly that you need to know how, we need to know how to arm ourselves. Even in the text, Jesus would tell them, arm yourselves likewise. It's what he would say. It's, listen, the same way that you see me govern myself is the way that you need to know how to govern yourself. Arm yourselves likewise. And so 2 Timothy chapter 3 is going to give us some details concerning some things. I'm not going to, because of the sake of being on prayer this morning with this and not being in a teaching segment. I can do it in a teaching segment later, but just because this is for the sake of prayer, I'm going to read through the things and try my best to not allow the teacher to kick in to teach the things, to break down into details what these things mean, each one of them, but to give the names of the titles of some things that the Lord will say to us that is going to happen. So in times like these, check it out, 2 Timothy chapter 3, in times like these, you need to be aware of the times to which we are living in. 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1 says, this know also. He's talking to Timothy. Paul is having a conversation with his spiritual son, and he's pouring wisdom into him. That right there is just amazing to me. Amazing in the context that it blesses my heart. I love stuff like that. I love the fact when people become students. I'm a student. When people allow themselves to become students and are willing to sit and to allow wisdom to be poured into them. Do y'all know that that can protect your life? If you are willing to sit yourself down and allow somebody to help you with some things that it can pour wisdom into you, so that right there to me is just amazing within itself. That's something that we should just take a moment to tell God, thank you for. Thank you. Thank you for having a submitted heart that will allow itself to sit down and for wisdom to be poured into it, because that's just not something that we do. So Paul is talking to Timothy, his beloved spiritual son. And he says to him in verse 1, he says, listen, son, this know also, okay, I've already told you some stuff in my first letter to you. This is my second letter to you. And so I want you to know this as well. This is an addition to what I've said to you previously. Know this, son, that in the last days, okay, in the days before the return of the Lord, before the coming of Christ, I need you to know this, son, all right, that perilous or troubled or dangerous times, they are going to come, all right? I need you to just go ahead and get that hooked in your mind, okay? Because, sometimes we can live in this fairy tale world of where it's just my imagination running away with me, and we can begin to just, think in our heads that we can just, I'm just going to just close my eyes and just imagine that I'm on an island right now, and there is all this beautiful water around me, and people are just having so much fun around me. But then open up your eyes and realize you're in a room all by yourself, and you're all alone. And so he said, listen, I need you to know, I need to make you aware of some things, because that's what a good teacher does. That's what a good mentor or coach does, is they make you aware of some things. They reveal to you the things that they know. They're not going to hide those things from you. He says, listen, there's going to be some perilous or some troubled times, okay? I need you to know this. I'm talking to y'all this morning about in times like these, we are a hurting people now, a hurting world, it's not just one culture, one race of people, but there is a hurting world that is out here right now because of things that are going on. There is a pandemic has been decreed over the world, really, to say, and so there are hurting people. There is there's a lot of deaths that are taking places even in small towns who are feeling the effects of things. There is police brutality, all types of things that are going on right now. So there is things that are happening that would warrant to say that, hey, we have made it to the perilous times. If we haven't the fullness of them, we've at least entered into them to have a touch of them. So he says, listen, there are going to be some perilous times. They're going to come, all right? So in times like these, verse 2 says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves. There's going to become a selfishness. Lovers of their own selves. There's going to be covetousness. I'm going to try to just go and read these without giving full details and breaking them down. I got to pray for the teacher in me, because the teacher likes to make sure that everything is dissected and that the people understand everything that is being said, because I don't like for anybody to leave the table with a lack of understanding in regards to something. So I'm going to push myself to go on through these here. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. So you mean to say that this is what we're going to deal with, God? Okay. Without natural affection. Natural affection is going to be lost. Wow. Truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. So let's go ahead and kill Martin Luther King. Why? Because we despise the fact that he's good. Let's go ahead and kill anybody that is trying to make a difference. Why? Because we despise the fact that they are good. All right, traitors. Verse 4, 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 4. Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure, more than lovers of God. Oh my. In times like these, right? Verse 5 says they would have a form of godliness. Woo-hoo! Do y'all hear that? So they would have a form of godliness. Woo! But denying the power thereof. Can't help but to deny it, because they can't walk in it. Hey! You can't have power and a form. And that's a no to the no, no, no. You can't have a power and a form. Woo, baby. Woo! You can't have a power and a form. No. Because if you got power mess with you in your sleep. It'll make you do right. Power push you to a right decision. Power push you to a right behavior. Power push you to a right attitude and all. But when you have a form, that means you get in front of folk and you just talk God, but you know your heart is far from doing what's right. Oh my Lord, y'all, do you see what the word of the Lord is saying here? God, help your servant this morning. Oh Lord Jesus Christ, it says, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. How about we read again? Let's look at them again. 2 Timothy chapter 3. All right? Starting at verse 1. Let's get it again. He says, look, this know also that in the last days, perilous or troubled times shall come. So, if you think you can escape them, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to have to be the one to tell you. Unfortunately, we can't. They shall come, it says. They're here, really. Verse 2, for men shall be lovers of their own selves. So you're wondering why? They don't care anything about you. Why they'll run over you, dog you out. You don't matter to them. Because all they care about is themselves. Covetous want somebody else's stuff. I'm going to try not to break these down. Let's go, y'all. Boasters is braggadocious, okay? Boasters, boasting in their power, boasting in what they have. and all that type stuff. But I will make my boast in the Lord. Yes, yes. Proud, them hearts standing up real big. Blasphemers speaking against the Holy Ghost. I need to read these and I can't break them down, y'all. I have to do that for y'all another time. But go on there, feed. Blasphemers, that's the one sin right there that won't be forgiven. Let's make sure, let me put that plug in so that y'all understand that one right there. Blasphemy is the one sin he says he can't forgive. So if there's anything that people will tell you that God forgives everything, please correct them and say, no, that's not true. He does not forgive everything. Please correct them. Let them know the truth. He does not forgive everything.